He's also simultaneously an advocate of the same post-national view of Canada defined by Trudeau Jr. and his moralistic minion.
We all knew that Mark Carney was going to be crowned the next Prime Minister of Canada. We called that a very long time ago. But here's what doesn't make sense to me. How is it that a man who moved to Canada for the first time in 10 years in January, who holds 3 passports. Remember when Andrew Scheer holding another passport was a really major issue in that election federally? Wasn't an issue here for some reason. He describes himself, Mark Carney does, as European by nationality. And according to CTV polling that was done about a month and a half ago, the majority of Canadians didn't even know who Mark Carney was. How is it that that guy is able to win, but not just win 85.9% of the votes, compared to Freeland, Gould, and Bayliss, who are all well-known Canadian liberals that the public is familiar with? How is it that a dude who moved here in January got 85.9% of the vote without releasing any of his plans or ideas or solutions at all? What?
Yes, I didn't think it was possible for Canadians to downgrade even more from Trudeau, but they somehow found a way. It is crazy. The information I'm finding out about this man, his links, we've talked about the Epstein list. This guy is featuring in that list. I don't know if you've seen this. He said something that triggered a lot of conservatives on social media. This is just Justin Trudeau replacement. President Trump thinks Canada will cave in. We will never, ever bow down to a bully. Jordan Peterson had a lot to say about this man. When I watched that video, to a certain point, I was impressed. It is important I show you what he said on that video. If you love what I'm doing here, please subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if possible, share the video.
In first place, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, with 131,674 votes, resulting in 29,457 allocated points, representing 85.9% of the vote.
Canadians will remain resolute and true to our values. While America engages in a war on woke, Canadians will continue to value inclusiveness.
Skepticism about ESG labels or sustainable labels, and that again is one of the reasons we're having this ruthless, relentless focus on net zero, because in the end, look, we can't stabilize the climate unless we get to net zero, and it's a simple, these are hard numbers. Your emissions are either A or B, they're going up or down, and if they're going down, are they going down consistent with the science? We anchor it in the science, the same science the UN and others use.
Yes, good luck, Canada. This is the person you wanted, though a lot of people are saying he was not voted. He wants ESG, he wants woke, he wants, so a lot of these things. Everything the World Economic Forum stands for, this man is for. Things people have been advocating against for a very long time, he is there. I didn't know that Canada would move from fry pan to
Inevitable grand poobah of the currently wretched but still dangerously powerful Liberals. One Mark Carney is one of the world's prime advocates of the insane inanities of net zero. He is a man who has planned in writing, not least in his best-selling book, Values, the complete destruction of the fossil fuel industry. Bye-bye, Alberta. If that's not bad enough, and it is, he's also simultaneously an advocate of the same post-national view of Canada defined by Trudeau Jr. and his moralistic minions. What are we, according to such good thinkers? Nothing. But if anything, the oppressive, patriarchal, white, supremacist, identityless, colonial settler state defined by the progressive ideologues in the think tanks and elite dining rooms in Eastern Kent, green though that pathway may be argued, however falsely to be. Carney to put it bluntly, is not a man like Justin Trudeau, a second-rater, under the mere influence of the World Economic Forum, that Malthusian, fear-mongering cabal of authoritarians, drunk on the fumes of their own self-righteous delusions. He is, by contrast, a veritable leader of that movement, an organizer par excellence of ESG, stakeholder capitalism, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness, and degrowth. Out with the old, the Liberals claim, and in with the new. But the new will be everything Trudeau so terribly was, but a lot more efficiently.
Yes, in my entire life, I have never seen someone with a lot of controversies on social media after taking power without even an election. If there's an election, I don't know what will happen to this guy because he has a lot of criticisms on social media everywhere. Some people say he wants population control. He's a web puppet. I've seen all kind of videos within the space of 14 hours. Since he was pronounced as a new PM, people are bringing information from different angles. I posted this video a few hours ago for people who never saw that. Let me replay it so you can see.
Want to know what I find interesting about this? Let me tell you what I find interesting about this. That 24 hours after Canada gets a new prime minister, okay, America's favorite news app gets cybered and goes down. Canada's new prime minister pictured here with none other than Ghislaine Maxwell. Where are those pesky Jeffrey documents at, huh? Has anybody heard anything about those? I watch Pam Bondi hit or miss every now and again. I caught Pat Cash Patel. I'm trying to I haven't heard anything about them, right? Everybody's all up in arms still about Ukraine and all kinds of other stuff right now. Nobody's really talking about Jeffrey Epstein anymore. And then this happens, and X becomes the target of a huge a relentless cyber. I tried to post 4 different times this morning and nothing. And now I forgot what I was going to post about. So it's just been an unproductive day.
And I don't know, apparently some burned the White House at that time. But I'm too old to do it. No, it's a joke.
I do lots of media.
Friendly media.
No, I do. No, God, no.
The ones that are here invited.
Look, I'm doing no media at this one.
Can we sit down and I'll make a time with you and answer some actual tough questions?
You can make a request for a meeting, and
so you can deny. How did you get here? Did you fly? You walked?
Yeah.
Did you come on a private jet?
Of course not.
No, so how do you justify this? Look at all of this. For 1 week event, the carbon footprint is huge. Don't you think that's a bit hypocritical?
Oh, drop it.
No?
Drop it. Look, there's lots of progress being made, but look, I'm not doing a stand-up interview, okay?
Why not? You're walking that way anyways. I think people around the world, this year they say regaining trust. That's the whole purpose.
I do lots of media.
Friendly media.
No, I do. No, God, no.
The ones that are here invited.
Look, I'm doing no media at this one.
Can we sit down and I'll make a time with you and answer some actual tough questions?
You can make a request for a meeting, and
so you can deny it.
Look, as I say, with everyone else, you can do the same thing as with the guy from True North.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but I'm
a good guy. I'm sure you're a good guy as well. All people are good. It's absolutely right. But
the whole world is looking at this now, going, "You're a pack of hypocrites, and you're at the top of the chain there." What would you answer people? Just give me one answer to the people. Take care, sir.
This is Canadian new PM caught up in Davos. I posted this video few months ago where he was unable to answer questions. Now he is the new PM of Canada, taking over Justin Trudeau.
So Donald Trump thinks he can weaken us with his plan to divide and conquer. Pierre Poilievre's plan will leave us divided and ready to be.
Finance Minister who resigned at the end of last year, she only got 8% of the vote, and Mark Carney coming in with nearly 86%. That is absolutely astonishing. He promised a mandate for change within the Liberal Party, and I think that's clearly what people wanted. They wanted someone who was an economic strong hand, which Mark Carney, having been both Governor of the Bank of England through Brexit, Governor of the Bank of Canada too.
Justin Trudeau did his best, mess up the whole system. Now this guy is coming in They actually thought this is a good idea, bringing in this man at this time. Let's wait and observe what exactly will happen in the few days ahead.
Isn't it amazing, though, that they're almost the same age, and yet Biden is like crypt keeper, kind of like,
Well, that's genetics.
Skeletor. Well, or how we treat ourselves.
Absolutely.
Whereas Trump, almost the same age, and I used to say it in my act, like it was like he puts on the wig and the face paint, and he's like Kiss in 1976. It's like he hasn't changed a day. Nothing is different. He's got a brand, which was kind of brilliant.
Dude's
like
got more energy. More starting to war somewhere.
This is B. Maher praying every single day to be like Trump, winning every day like him. This is someone who criticized Trump throughout. Now look at his tone. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. I appreciate you greatly. There is something going on with the channel. I don't know if they don't want to recommend the videos or how we will continue to show you the truth. These past few days, I'm not able to put out videos like I do 3-4 a day. But I'm getting back soon. I was not feeling too well. If you see clips after this, no, it is for the YouTube algorithm. You can stop here if you want.
Where when they go to war?
Lucrative?
Yeah, lucrative. You know, this the crash out buckets, because I feel like when you wear this helmet, you already crashed out. It's like you committed to the crash out. Like
Right. You're all in.
All in. So I feel like we at war right now with the Democrats. I know.
Why go after them, too? Go after the Republicans.
Because they don't know how to fight and be part of an opposition party. Representative Green.
Majority of people vote for the...
As long as we wrap before the new season of South.
Watch this moment where, of course,
we talk about admitting that, but so be it. And the fact is that it doesn't matter whether Vice President Vance planned it or just took the opportunity to bait Zelensky. Zelensky took the bait. Okay, and
what happened at the White House today.
Today, Donald Trump irreparably destroyed the 80-year-old post-World War II international order.
An Oval Office ambush of an American image for years to come.
That was, to say the least, vision.
It was a truly historic moment and Europeans have ever known.
A complete and utter mess. We don't gain anything by acting like bullies, and this is what bullies do.
I think there's no question that this was a setup. You heard Donald Trump say at the end of that clip you played, this is great television.
To issue an apology tonight?
Absolutely.
All right, but what else is going on? Not much in the Oval Office to discuss the big turnaround that the country has done, where Trump says now he's the dictator.
To say that it is one of the most astonishing moments that we have ever seen happen.
Today, Trump threatened Putin with sanctions.
And we begin with a story.
Democrats, if you ever want to win an election again, the absolute